I'm Luffy.
I'm Chaos.
And welcome back to the FFd20 Crystal Hub. Today we're going to be covering another core class for you guys, one of the original 6, the Black Mage.
Her request about a 1 vote.
Yeah, did we still only have one comment on the YouTube? Because I know that some people in the Discord mentioned it. That's the main reason why we're doing it, I guess.
Yeah. I only saw the one on the tub, so.
I haven't checked in the past couple days. But yeah, so we're covering the Black Mage today. They are, well, they're not quite the same as wizards, but they're basically the wizards of the FFd20 homebrew, in the sense that they get all of the crazy good blasty spells and some of the better debilitating and enhancing spells, all at the cost of MP, which honestly is much better than prepared spellcasting from Pathfinder for this type of mage. Super blasty.
They get surprisingly amount of utility for their actual game counterparts, where they usually just blast and go home.
Yeah, I think most of the time the Black Mages from the games have the 3 elemental spells, Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, and then maybe Poison and Silence, and then of course Meteor and whatnot.
Yeah.
But in FFd20 they get stuff like Haste,
Immobilize.
yeah, they get a lot of stuff, actually. Like a lot more than you would have expected. A lot more than I expected when I first started playing, for sure. But Black Mages are a D6 hit die class. They have 1/2 base attack bonus progression, meaning they have a +10, +5 at level 20. So not so great for hitting stuff with a sword. But they're chock full of touch attacks from their spells and from the power rods or stabs, whichever one you manage to wield. They can be
which also even uses their casting modifier too, the wands and staves.
Yeah, which is really good for the mages, but at a certain point you don't really run out of MP anymore, so the staffs kind of become like an afterthought.
Yeah.
But we'll start with the class skills, I guess. They get 2 plus intelligence modifier per level, and the Black Mage's class skills are Appraise, Craft, Fly, Knowledge All, meaning all knowledges, Linguistics, Profession, and of course Spellcraft.
They also need a cool skill of turning around at the right time to walk away from the explosion that they will make.
Because cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yes, Phil has yet to actually put it in at my request.
We'll get there eventually. Black Mages are proficient with the Dagger, Sling, Power Rod, and Power Staff, and the Quarterstaff. However, they can't wear armor or shields unless they take feats. And of course, heavy armor, or basically any armor, cause spell failure with their spells.
Just the somatic components, but they can take feats to fix all that if they really want to go down that road.
Yes. And considering that Black Mages are casters, they don't really have an assload of great, well not great, but an assload of feats that you would take for certain until you get to the meta magics, which are a pain to cast until mid to high levels anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get into the limit breaks.
Alright, limit breaks. First level, the Black Mages receive the limit breaks, Mana Wall, and Ultima Beam. There's a new one today. Mana Wall. This limit break shields the Black Mage from damage by using his MP pool at a rate of 5 damage per magic. This limit break lasts for a duration of 1 round, plus 1 round per 4 Black Mage levels at the first, and the Black Mage has no control over it. If the Black Mage is out of MP, the limit break ends prematurely, and the Black Mage takes damage as normal. This limit break requires only a swift action. So every time you take 5 points of damage, you lose a magic point. Simple as that. but you can't end it either, so you're kind of stuck with it. But if you're not looking for a defensive limit break, you can just blast people away with Ultimate Beam, which is the new one. This limit break allows the Black Mage to shoot a blast of energy in a line up to 60 feet. It deals 1d6 points of non-elemental damage per Black Mage level, a reflex save, DC 10 plus half the Black Mage's level and its intelligence modifier for half damage. Simple and easy.
Pretty straightforward, yeah.
Before Ultimate Beam, they had Overchannel, which people found a way to cheese, apparently, so that had to be fixed.
Yeah. And what I think Overchannel did was... Did you pump a spell with more MP, or was it just increased your caster level?
I think they could pump a spell with more MP and increase the damage die.
Right.
But I can't remember like the limit on it, but...
Well, clearly people were breaking the limits.
Yeah.
Black Mages, of course, are spellcasters, so they draw spells from the Black Mage spell list. They start with 2 at first level, and every level afterwards they gain a spell from any spell level or lower that they can cast. Like most mages, a Black Mage can find or purchase scrolls with spells to add to his or her repertoire. To learn or cast a spell, they have the standard spell casting. Your mind stat has to be at least 10 plus the spell level to cast for the most part, so 11 for first level spells, 12 for second, so on and so forth. Black Mages have intelligence as their main stat, so they'll gain additional MP for having a high intelligence as well. The bread and butter of the Black Mages is pretty much... Well, one of the bread and butter abilities is the Black Mageries, which you get your first at first level, and then every 4 levels thereafter you get another one. They're all pretty straightforward abilities. You want to cover these?
Yeah. Anyway, we know what everyone's going to pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what are the choices? And by the way, you can only pick a maximum of 2 per of these. Get Elemental Mastery. This increases the Black Mage's caster level by 1 for all spells with an elemental description. So that means fire, water, but not blind.
Yep, has to be an elemental spell.
But this increases your caster level by 1, so just a little bit extra damage. Then they can get increased damage. This increases any damage spell the Black Mage casts by 1 extra die of the appropriate type. This allows him to overcome any damage cap a spell might restrict him to. Which is what everybody's going to pick,
Yeah,
of course.
everybody takes that twice.
And then they also take Spell Mastery, the next one, twice, which increases the DC of all of your Black Mage spells by 1 each time you take it.
But if you are having an issue with spell resistance, you can get Spell Penetration. This increases the Black Mage's caster level checked by 1 made to overcome any creature spell resistance, which stacks with the Spell Penetration, which is great.
Yeah, it's not too bad if you're encountering a lot of enemies with spell resistance early on, or just at any point, but that would probably be one of the last ones that I took.
Yeah. If you're just really having a hard time with SR throughout the campaign, yeah, just take it.
Yeah.
So that damage doesn't mean nothing if you're not going to at all affect them.
Exactly. Black
The
Mages...
next one. Sorry.
Oh, no. Just gonna continue on. Spell Proficiency. Black Mages, they have Precise Shot when casting spells or using any magical items that require ranged touch, which is pretty damn good. That means...
Bullshit!
Rods and staves, automatic Precise Shot with those. And then your spells.
Gunners don't get this. And they train with them. But these dudes, no ammo or anything to get them with their spells and their wands.
Yep, it's pretty good.
Bullshit.
I love it.
I feel I love it too, but I feel like the gunners should get it. I don't know if archers do off the top of my head, but they should get it too. But
I think archers do get Precise Shot as one of their abilities, like normal archer. It's like one of their archer trainings.
oh, that's an archer, but I bet that lets them bypass a point blank shot need also.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I think all of the archer stuff that gives you the feats without having to meet any of the prerequisites.
But yeah, definitely jealous as someone who's played a gunner and had to feat tax myself just to get that.
Yeah, precise shot with touch tax is pretty damn good. And now that we're back on topic, cantrips.
Yes.
Black mages learn a number of cantrips, 0 level spells. They're like any other spell, but they are 0 and they don't consume MP. Black mages start with 4 and they gain an additional 0 level spell every 3 levels after first. And everybody knows what cantrips are. They're the dancing lights, guidance, and all that jazz. Pretty decent for the most part, but I mean, they're spammable, so more would you want?
Yeah. Then we're going to get some utility with Elemental Shield, which at second level, a Black Mage can use his knowledge of the elements and shield allies for a brief duration. As an immediate action, a Black Mage can shield himself and allies within 30 feet from elemental damage, gaining elemental resistance equal to the element shield number to all elements for the round. A Black Mage may use elemental shield a number of times per day equal to 3 plus his intelligence modifier, minimum of 1. So,
it's a pretty good ability, like all the way through, to be honest. But you pick one element and they get elemental resistance equal to the
So-
shield number.
yeah, I was reading it. What's...
Oh, it's on the table. So 2. It'd be started at 2.
I see. Okay. It doesn't state it there. So I was reading that, and whenever I read it out loud, I was like, what? But I just kept going, and I'm like, that's what it is.
Yeah, and Black Mages are always going to have high intelligence, so you're going to have most likely 6 to 8 casts at second level
Yeah.
of Elemental Shield. It's pretty damn good.
Which is good. Main action,
Just only
just
2
a
resistance,
little bit.
but at second level, any damage protection against resistant elements is pretty good.
Yeah, and it increases every 2 levels, so it's good. It's a good oh shit shield.
Yeah, definitely. Is it as an immediate action? Yeah.
Yeah. So it does kind of go up against there if they've been doing the detonations or sparks.
Yeah. Mage talents. As a Black Mage gains experience, he learns a number of talents that assist him in manipulating spells and other forms of magic. At second level and every 2 levels thereafter, a Black Mage gains 1 Mage talent, and they cannot select an individual talent more than once. On the page, it says talents marked with an asterisk add effects to a Black Mage's spellcasting ability, and only one of those type of talents can be applied to an individual spell, and obviously this decision has to be made before the spell is cast. This is the real bread and butter for the Black Mage, basically like fighter talents, but for the Black Mage. And they have a pretty good selection of them.
Yeah, I'm seeing Arcane Pool, and I'm like, what? That's awesome. And if you really want to go in there with a sword, like we mentioned earlier, they don't have good bad, but you can take Arcane Fighter.
Yeah.
Stack your fighter levels. Great. Gotta go all Gandalf on people.
Yeah, but they got a lot of neat stuff. Arcane Pool from Red Mages makes an appearance here. Concentrate's pretty good if you like are having a hard time with either not having the combat casting feat, or just because you can't roll dice.
You can also get some meta magics that do not increase the MP cost or the level of the spell, such as the silent magic or steel magic.
Yeah, a dazzling spell.
And empowered.
Yep. Oh, but those are once a day, huh? Dazzling spells. Only
I
on
think so.
elements of bright energy. Oh wait, I misread that. Adds an element of bright energy to a spell he's casting. And that can be used 3+ intelligence modifier times per day. But it adds dazzle to the spell's effect. With like a fort save. Nope, just the save against the spell, so it's on top of whatever the spell also has.
My favorite is probably Mage Accuracy, just being able to exclude a single target that would normally be affected from
Yeah,
a
like
like radius
shot,
spell.
right?
There's
Not
a
precise
spell.
shot, but I mean,
There's a
selective
meta
chance.
magic. Yeah, no.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
pretty
it's
much.
not
But there is a
amazing,
meta magic. There is a meta magic feat, I believe. I don't remember what it's called. That functions like that. It's like equal to your caster casting modifier. I think you have about more MP, maybe. I could be wrong. I don't know my meta magic feats that well.
Neither do I. I've played a couple mage characters, but I haven't really gotten far enough to make meta magics worth using outside of Quicken Spell.
Yeah, pretty much.
So they get a familiar also. They can take that. Mage training just outright gives an item creation or meta magic feat. You still have to meet the prerequisites, including cast level minimums. So it's basically just like taking a feat as a fighter for your fighter talent. Silent magic, spell guard.
Selective spell is the meta magic feat I was talking about.
Ah,
It was bothering me. It only increases the MP by 1.
that's not too bad. Spell guard's pretty cool. Whenever Black Mage casts a spell with a casting time of 1 standard action, he can instead cast it as a full round action. And while he's doing so, he gains a deflection modifier to his AC equal to the level of the spell being cast. And it lasts until the beginning of his next turn.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And there's a whole lot of standard action spells for the Black Mage.
Yeah. It's really cool. I mean, you obviously wouldn't be able to use like Quicken Spell or anything with it, but be cool. Like, you're up close, just 5 foot step back and then do a spell guard. That's cool. And you
Yep.
can do it as many times as you want too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Just to get that deflection on.
Yeah. So pretty much just do it every time unless you plan on moving. Because deflection goes against other spells and gunfire.
Yes. Which is pretty damn useful. Especially against, yeah, all that touch. I think the only other really notable Black Mage talent that isn't a feat for the most part is Spell Sage, which just gives you +4 bonus to your use magic device check to cast a spell from a materia.
They do get advanced mage talents though.
Yes. At the same level as Fighter, right? 12?
Yeah. Works exactly the same way.
Right. 10 more levels and we're there.
Yep.
That's pretty much it for the mage talents. 3rd level though, they get Dark Affliction, which is any black magic and feeling spells that the Black Mage casts provides a penalty to saving throws against that status effect equal to the spell level of the spell for 1 round. So if you target an enemy with an enfeebling spell,
Blind.
yeah,
Sleep.
and it fails or hits, all the way through the next round, they're more susceptible to it based on the level of the spell being cast. So, 1st level spells 1 +1 bonus, 2nd level spells +2, etc.
Which in a way you can just spam it on somebody and keep them down.
Yes.
Or another black mage can do the same thing. They're on.
Yeah, Black Mages synergize with each other pretty well in FFd20, kind of like in Bravely Default, where they get like the Black Resonance ability, where if you have more than 1 Black Mage in the party with that ability, that all the Black Mage spells deal more damage, or are more effective for debilitating.
And then after Dark Affliction, on the same level you get Focus Casting, which, beginning at 3rd level, a black mage may roll twice on any concentration check and take the higher result. No daily uses, no media action or anything, just roll twice on concentration checks.
Any concentration check.
Any. Great. Good
Pretty
stuff.
damn good, yeah. Get those nat 20s out. Which
Yeah,
is
waste
good and bad. Yeah, exactly. for a DM to see all those nat 20s on the concentration checks, it's like, yeah, whatever, I'll let you cast that spell. You're not gonna crit when you need it though.
And then he rolls a 20 the next time.
It
Yeah,
happens.
but yeah, so. But then,
Yeah.
after fourth,
Go ahead.
at 4th level, speaking of crits, they can pretty much do a half crit with Elemental Seal. Bleh. Elemental Seal. Yeah, I said it right. Beginning at 4th level, a Black Mage may increase the potency of his next elemental spell as a swift action, so long as the casting spell is one standard action or less. The next element spell the Black Mage casts deals half again as much damage as normal, and any elemental resistance the targets of this spell has is lessened by half as well. He can use this ability once per day, and every 4 levels thereafter. He gains an additional use.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah.
basically empowered spell, but it also decreases elemental resistance.
Yeah, which is good if they even know it has the resistance, which in some cases you can tell.
Right. Let's see, at 5th level, Black Mages get Metamagic Enhancement. Black Mage is a master at manipulating magical forces, and as a free action, he reduces the cost of any Metamagic feat known by... Oh. Hold on. At 5th level, as a free action, he reduces the cost of any metamagic feat known by 1 MP less than standard. That sentence is hard to read. For
It reduces
example,
Yeah. But he just lowers the... Bleh, bleh.
yeah, it
he
just lowers the
reduces
cost
the
of
cost.
metamagic feats by 1.
Yeah. Which I'm assuming goes down to 0.
Yes, but yeah, it can't go below the base cost of the spell. That's the only thing. Like, it can reduce the cost of the metamagic to 0, but it doesn't decrease the cost of the spell.
Right.
At 7th level, a Black Mage gains Arcane Knowledge and adds half his class level, minimum 1, to all knowledge skill checks, which is pretty neat, especially if you're not putting too much effort into knowledge skills. You can just drop 1 point into each, and then at 7th level you're immediately twice as good at all your knowledge abilities.
I wonder if that would work on Freelancer for Blue Mage builds for their knowledge checks. Anyways,
I mean, if you took it as a freelancer, yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, that's really good for the Blue Mages out there who's wanting to take some of the 7th level. Until he didn't want to. But, yeah. But then it gets to really cool next level, innate spells. Which is, as the Black Mage, as the Black Mage's mastery of magic grows deeper, he learns to cast a small number of spells without spending magic points. Beginning at 6th level, a Black Mage may select one 1st level Black Mage spell he knows and is able to cast. He may now cast a spell once per day as a spell-like ability, without needing to spend MP. The caster level for this spell is equal to the Black Mage's caster level. At 9th level, and every 3 levels after, 12th, 15th, and 18th level, the Black Mage may select an additional spell, which he can cast once per day as a spell-like ability. The maximum spell level, which can be chosen at these intervals, is indicated on the table with an innate spell.
Which is, it goes up to 5th level.
Yeah, it just, every time there's a new one, it goes up a spell level.
Yep.
And they don't have to take the highest one, they can go pick a lower one, which is awesome. It's a free spell-like ability. It might be only once a day or so, but
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, you get 5 free spell casts. 1 of each level up to 5, or multiple of lower levels. Whatever you really want on that. Free is free.
yeah. Oh shit spells, I'd call them.
Yeah. Like buff spells that last the entire day. like mage armor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd work.
After init spells, they don't really gain anything else until 10th level, where they get Clear Bind, which allows them to regain MP equaling their intelligence modifier per hour. So if you're in a campaign where you're actually keeping track of how long you guys are doing stuff in character, this class feature becomes really useful for staying on top of your MP regen. Otherwise, I mean, it won't make much of a difference if you just run and gun and then you guys rest for an entire day afterwards.
Yeah. But if you're running and gunning for an hour, that's a little bit more MP.
Yep.
But at that same level, you're going to destroy that with double cast. At 10th level, a Black Mage can cast 2 spells using 1 standard action. Both of the spells must have the same casting. Black Mage can make any decision concerning the spells independently of each other. Any target affected by both the spells takes a -4 penalty on saves made against each spell. A Black Mage receives a +4 bonus on cash flow checks made to overcome spell resistance with these 2 spells. Black Mage may use this ability once per day at 10th level, and 1 additional day at 15th and 20th level.
So 3 double casts per day at 20th level.
Yeah.
And their saves are reduced by 4, which is pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, that's a pretty hefty negative, even at high levels.
Yeah, just lower on the save is good enough on its own, but to have a second spell smack on it's great.
And you can meta magic those spells.
Yep.
That's nasty. That's so
Yeah.
nasty.
So nasty.
On 11th level, they get Lore Master. They become a Master of Lore, and they can take 10 on any knowledge skill check as long as you have at least 1 rank in it. You cannot you can choose not to take a 10 and instead roll normally. In addition, once per day, the Black Mage can take 20 on any knowledge skill check as a standard action, which can be useful. I mean, 20 plus your ranks. That's a pretty high knowledge check, most likely.
Yeah, back to those blue mages. Blue mage builds on Freelancer. There you go. I don't know what blue mages if they get anything similar, but
They do. Blue mages get some stuff that increases their knowledge skills. They get a decent amount of stuff that increases their knowledge skills, actually,
yeah.
since that's really
Just
what
more.
they revolve around. But yeah, Lore Master would be great. Once per day, learn a spell. As a standard
Yeah.
action for the most part.
Because more than likely, especially at 11th level, more than likely if you're taking a 20 as a standard action, you got it.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't know if getting off topic. Never mind. Just getting off topic on blue mage now.
Yeah. We'll come back to that when we actually go to the Blue Mage.
Yeah. Now we can go back to the advanced mage talents. Yeah.
Ah, but is that a base class?
What?
Is Blue Mage a base class or a core class?
It is. It's a base class.
Damn, that means we won't be there for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'd like to do it though. Yeah.
Definitely. I love Blue Mage. It's basically my favorite casting class from most of the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah, same. That besides red mage.
Red Mage is pretty decent. Anyways, Advanced Mage talents.
Yeah. Which I mentioned earlier, they're just better versions of mage talents, just
Yeah.
like fighter.
Get them at level 12, and every 2 levels thereafter, you can either take an advanced talent or a regular ass talent if you really feel like it. Same as the regular mage talents, there's some that are marked with an asterisk that add effects to your spellcasting abilities, and they do not stack with each other. At the same time, anyways.
Mhm.
But with double cast,
But with double cast now.
a lot of these are more feat stuff, like Mage Counter. You have to know Dispel, Spell to take that talent, and you get a +4 to Dispel checks. There's some other better stuff. Augment Spell, any spell that the Black Mage knows has a variable that increases by caster level, which has a maximum that maximum is increased by the equivalent of 1 additional caster level. Thus, a Black Mage with this talent deals a maximum of 1d6 plus 6 fire damage with fire, and deals a maximum, wait. Oh yeah, okay, increases it just by 1. So,
But
yeah. I mean, it only affects that one spell. But it does stack with the increased damage Black Magery.
why does it say 11d4 for fire? Fire is a d8. I think.
It probably is, that's probably just a typo. But the maximum for Fyra is 10d8.
Yeah. It's either d or this d6.
It's a d6, I think. No, maybe not, since it's AoE. I think the AoE
Because I
ones are stronger.
think the Guz are either 10 or 8. I think the Raws are 6. I think the Guz are 8. Now I want to look.
I'll just continue down the mage talents.
Go for it.
Let's see, they also have... There's going to be lots of me cutting audio out of this.
Yeah. D6 for Fyra.
Sweet. Okay, so
So-
it is Aga, that's d8, and Aja is
Yeah.
probably d10.
There isn't a ninja.
Sweet.
They only go to Gus, so.
That's fine. You get the go.
Past
pretty
that, it's
early
like-
still.
Yeah, I think the Guz 5th level. I think past that's, is Flare and stuff like that. But yeah.
Oh, here we go, another good one. Immortality. You have to be level 20 to take it, but you no longer age.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you age, you just don't take penalties.
Yeah.
Which, cool, I guess, if you're going above 20th level. Or if your character is going to become the main bad guy of the next arc. Not so useful in my opinion, though. Especially for a
Yeah.
capstone mage talent.
I don't think anyone. I think for character, maybe for roleplay, someone might take it just because, but.
Yeah.
But, after that, I think they get the mage focus, which when the Black Mage casts a spell of an area with an area effect, as a free action, he may choose to focus the entire might of the spell on a single target, such as Fyra or Fire Guy. Spell's DC is increased by 2, but only one target is affected by the spell. He may do this not number of times per day with 3 plus intelligence modifier on a single target within that area. That's good. First thing that comes to mind for that really is actually Ultima. Especially for since it's super strong. Pump
Meteor.
that on somebody. Or yeah, yeah. It's 4 AoEs. I don't know if that would count. 5. 2, 4, 5.
So
Maybe more.
all 5 on one person.
Yeah.
That's broke.
Yeah. 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 But then after that, another one I see is maximizing quicken magic, which is just doing the meta magic feats,
Once
but
per
without
day.
the MP. Yeah. No MP increase, which is honestly just good.
Yeah, especially quicken spell. Like even only doing it once per day normally costs like an additional 3.
It's a good oh shit meta magic for that.
Yes. They also get
Twin cast. Once per day, the Black Mage may cast 2 spells as a standard action, but the combined MP cost cannot exceed his caster level. 2 spells must have the same casting time, and if they have a target, the target for the spells may be different.
it's
So
maybe
it's-
like it's pretty much like a baby dual cast.
Yeah,
You can only
that's it.
do once per day.
You're
Okay.
basically just gonna be casting like level 2.
And 3 spells with it, and that'll be at like even mid to high levels when you start casting the 3rd level spells with it.
Yeah, but it's only once per day. You don't get no additional days for it, so it's another oh shit.
Yeah. You know what you'd use them for? Low level buffs. Haste.
Yeah, you could do haste and then probably one of the elemental spikes on you.
Yeah, and I think Black Mages might even get like Bull's Strength and Eagle's Splendor, that type of stuff.
I don't think so. No, they don't.
Okay, well if they don't, then that sucks. Otherwise,
They can do slow. Yeah, they got slow, void
Poison.
aura, infect, immobilize, fly. They float go. They do get mass enfeeblement, so there's that too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So yeah, they can find ways around it.
Yes. They also can steal spells with the Black Mage talent Steal Spell. The Black Mage can attempt to gain the benefit of a spell currently active on another creature. The Black Mage must successfully dispel the spell to be stolen using the Dispel spell. If the spell is a lower level than the highest level spell the Black Mage could cast, it has a duration greater than 1 round, and the Black Mage could theoretically have selected it as a known spell. A lot of conditionals. The Black Mage gains the benefit of the spell. Lasts for the duration of 1 round per 2 Black Mage levels, or until the original duration expires, whichever comes first. And you can attempt it a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your intelligence modifier. So on paper, this is a really good ability, especially since most of the mages you fight in FFd20 campaigns are Black Mages. But there's a lot of conditions you have to fulfill just to take somebody else's buffs. Like, you have to dispel it. You have to be able to cast it. You have to have been able to learn it on your spell list. And the spell has to have a duration greater than 1 round.
At that point, as far as duration goes, if it's a Black Mage anyways, they could just apply it to themselves. But there's other that they have to be able to cast it. Yeah, they have to be able to cast it. So it's if it was something that they couldn't cast, like Eagle Splendor. Did I say Eagle Splendor?
Yeah,
Elven Splendor.
I said Eagle Splendor.
Oh, okay. I believe it's Elven Splendor, and they can get that buff since they can't cast it. But because it has to be a spell that they can cast, then it's kind of like if they really wanted it, they could just save themselves the trouble and just cast it on themselves. You know, it does save them MP, but they still have to cast the spell.
Do you have to? Oh, I guess you do spend MP to dispel. Oh,
Yeah,
you
it's a
cast
3rd level
Dispel.
spell, I think.
Thinking of Counterspell. But I think Bards are the only ones that can do that in FFd20. With Counter Song.
Scholars can.
Oh. But is that like an arcane talent, or?
Yeah, Arcane Reservoir, or Scholar Exploit.
Yeah. I think on Bards they just get Counter Song as like a class feature outright.
Yeah. And they would have to waste a 3rd level spell to do this, and most of their good buffs, like haste and all, is at 3rd level.
Right.
I was looking for something more specific that's higher level, but like Blaze Spikes or something that's a lot. Vanish. Well, there's Vanish Greater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you cover anything while I was gone? Okay.
I wanted you to at least know about it, so I didn't. The only thing I looked over besides that, which made me laugh, was Spell Diligence. As a swift action, Black Mage may focus all of his attention on casting a single spell. Only spells with a casting time of 1 standard action and a range of personal or touch may be cast in this way. The Black Mage may add his level to any concentration checks made to cast a spell when using Spell Diligence. He can be used a number of times per day with a 3 plus intelligence modifier. I laugh at it because way earlier, they can roll twice on concentration checks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Pretty damn good. In a sense. Like, if you're going to be taking lots of attack for opportunities from casting.
yeah, and he has to spend a swift action on it, and it's got to be a personal or touch. So there's like very few spells I feel like that would really affect, besides buffing, maybe, if they're even.
Shocking Grasp. That type of
There's
shit.
that, yeah. But other than that, Speaking of counter spells, they do get mage counter when the Black Mage uses the spell to counter spell. He gains a +4 competence bonus on the spell check. Of course, the prerequisites, he has to know the spell for to select the talent.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, I think the big
did
ones.
you cover energetic recharge? Did you cover energetic recharge?
No.
So, energetic recharge is a once per day as an immediate action when the Black Mage would take damage from earth, fire, ice, lightning, water, or a wind. He can convert that damage into MP at a rate of 1 MP per 10 damage. He covers none of the converted damage, but may not gain more than half of his caster level in MP. For example, if a 14th level Black Mage suffers 80 points of ice damage, he may convert up to 70 points of that damage into 7 MP. He takes the remaining 10 points of ice damage as normal. It's actually really good, especially for
Even
once a
for
day.
once a day, yeah.
Yeah, it's a oh shit elemental shield.
And you get MP back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the big ones are Augment Spell, Energetic Recharge, Maximize Magic, Quicken Magic, Spell Diligence, maybe, and definitely Twin Cast.
Yeah.
But at level 13, they get Selective Targets. The Black Mage may select up to 1 target per point of intelligence bonus to exclude from any area of effect spell, or double the number of targets affected by a spell. In the first application, the targets are engulfed in the effect, but they do not suffer any of its effects. This is a target-based exclusion, and basically it's just like selective channeling. You select people up to the number of your intelligence modifier, and they're not affected by your AoE spells. Enemies, or whoever you don't target really, still are.
Which pretty much contradicts what I said about earlier, taking selective spell if you really wanted it, because at 13th level, you get it for free.
Yeah, it just really depends on how bad you want it.
Yeah. I mean, you can retrain it, you can get it early on and then just retrain it later if you really want.
Yes. On the other end of selective targets, though, you do get like double the amount of targets affected by single target spells, or ones that say this many targets per level. So like, sleep I guess might be applicable. 4 hit dice of monsters per level, or like in general, so it would be 8 hit dice worth of monsters. Assuming sleep functions off the Pathfinder type.
I don't think so. I think they just make a will save and fall asleep.
Well, that's what the Pathfinder one does. It's in a 5-foot burst.
Yeah. I think sleep is just a
Single target.
A single target will save or...
Right. Well, there's some other ones in there. So I could see that part of it being useful also for fighting hordes.
Minute 14, I mean, they just get another talent. I mean, at 15th, they get Sudden Meta Magic, which at 15th level, the Black Mage may apply any single Meta Magic feat that he knows to a spell he is about to cast. This is not altered to be cost of spell. Black Mage may only apply Meta Magic feat in this way a number of times per day equal to his intelligence modifier. So all those mage talents that we was just talking about. They get once a day, and then you get the intelligence modifier just per day. Hello?
Sorry, I
Okay. I was like, did it break again? It got real quiet.
no, I was contemplating all the possibilities you could do with sudden meta magic.
Okay. I was like, should it break again? Like, yeah.
You do have to know the meta magic feats though, like outside of the talents.
That is true.
But you're probably gonna take some of them anyways, so.
Yeah. Which and those will save you talents if you just wait. But I mean, if you're not going to go to 15th level, then screw it.
Yeah, true that, and a lot of campaigns end around 15th level. But if they do make it past, they'll get bypass spell resistance. At 17th level, the Black Mage's command of magic is such that he may unravel a creature's natural resistance to magic. A Black Mage may reduce a target's spell resistance by his Black Mage level, once per day per target. In addition, a Black Mage ignores energy resistance equal to half of his caster level. So by the time you get this, you ignore, what, like close to, I think it's 8.
Yeah.
Ignores 8 energy resistance, which, I mean, it doesn't sound like much, but a lot of enemies don't have too much elemental resistance unless they're created by chaos.
I have a lot of mages, but hey, there's a lot of bestiary. There's a lot of FFd20 monster elemental resistance too.
True.
Especially at that level, I'm thinking, personally, because mine is weapons, they all have like a set elemental resistance of like 30, 20.
But they're also like in-game bestiary mobs, like CR 20 plus, easily.
CR 32, if I remember correctly.
For the lowest one?
They're all the weapon. Oh well, for
I
the
think
weapons,
diamond weapon is
specifically.
definitely stronger.
I think they're all CR 32, but they all function differently. I know diamond weapon has like a hardness of like 50.
Yeah, that
Unless
one
he
was pretty
uses
thick.
diamond fire. Yeah,
Opens up
he's
the
really
core
hard to
for a
take
round
down.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
But with that, we've both also seen Emerald Weapon be taken down with
Yeah,
a
like
third level
base
spell.
emerald weapon with flaming shurikens by a red mage.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. We were level 15, right?
Yeah, I think so. We either 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So it was about this level, and yeah, I think Emerald Weapon lasted 2 or 3 rounds with this.
Yeah, it was a pretty quick fight. Like, I think I charged up and hit something with my Buster Sword, because I was playing an Onion Knight before it became an archetype. And I missed, or I didn't break its DR or whatever, I forget.
You was playing a samurai for that one.
Oh yeah, that's right, I cut off the old man's head in that campaign on accident.
You was fighting Diamond Weapon in my game.
Yes.
And no one could break
your
through
game.
the hardness.
It was your game that I was playing the Onion Knight in, because you were the first person to allow me to do it. And then it became an archetype afterwards.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, same thing. Somebody casted Fly on me. I think it was the Red Mage. And I flew into Aijutsu Strike, and I either missed or I didn't break its DR. And then, very next round, Red Mage casts Flaming Shurikens and throws all of them.
Yeah. 200 damage, just drops it. So I think the rest of us had like barely heard it. I think our fighter tore it up with the 2 Buster Swords.
Yep. Yep. Dual wielding large size Buster Swords, or were they just regular size? I forget.
Was they large? I don't remember that.
I think they were just regular, but 2 +5 Buster Swords. Dual wield.
Yeah.
Not taking very huge penalties since they're a fighter. It's whatever. That game was out of control.
Which, I mean, if a Black Mage is going up against a weapon, because all of them have spell resistance, like 32 spell resistance, I think. It's been a while since I looked at them, so being able to lower their spell resistance by their Black Mage level, 17th level, they're dropping spell resistance by 17.
Yeah. Which is pretty big, because even then, I don't think it goes... Most monsters don't have spell resistance above, like, 32.
Yeah.
A lot of the times, it's between, like, 12 and 20.
And by then, if they still have spell resistance, your base caster level check is probably going to beat it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just once a day, but it's something.
Right. At 18th level, they gain 1 MP spell 3 times a day as a free action. Reduce the cost of the next spell to 1 MP. Can't stack with meta magic feats, but yeah, 3 times per day you can cast your Ultima for 1 MP.
Yep. Or double cast 1 MP since it's a free action.
True.
Yeah. Double cast Ultima for 2 MP.
Yep.
And it'll get -4 to the saves for it too.
Yeah.
And you do it on one target. So for 2 MP, you obliterated a dude. What's this at this level? It's like what, 18d12? So 30,
Yeah,
60,
so.
12 on somebody. They're gone.
But it takes until 18th level to get the ability, so...
Yeah. And this was with the update. I think before it was at like level 12 or 13.
I believe so. It was
So it
earlier.
definitely got moved up. Because I think Quadcast was at 18th level and then that got thrown out.
Yeah. Because Quadcast was broken.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Being able to Quadcast Ultima is broken.
Yeah. At 19th level, Black Mages can alter the effects for spells that use one of the following shapes: Burst, Cone, Cylinder, Emanation, Spread. The alteration consists of creating spaces within the spell's area of effect that are not subject to the spell. The minimum dimension. It's basically another version of
Selective
targets. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just they can stylize it now.
Yeah, but it is like stuff like Fog Bank. You can just throw down a Fog Bank that has specific areas that don't have fog. So on those types of abilities, it's more unique. But for like just regular ass AOE spells, it's nothing crazy.
And that's it. Besides the capstone Black Wizard, which is definitely taken from Final Fantasy 1. At 20th level, a Black Mage becomes the pinnacle of Black Magic. The Black Mage gains the following abilities. Any feeling spell cast removes 1 beneficial spell at the highest level with a successful caster level check against the caster of the spell. Any elemental spell cast gains a bonus to damage rolls equal to the Black Mage's intelligence modifier, on top of whatever they already get. Any attacks, including magical range touch spells, now deal an additional 1d6 points of shadow damage and grants +5 bonus on the attack rolls made against any creature that the Black Mage misses on his next attack roll.
Pretty good capstone. Covers
Yeah.
a lot of stuff. Especially dispelling when you cast an enfeebling spell.
Yeah. No, you got protect. I'll just blind you and get rid of that. That's good. Works out pretty well.
Man, I remember when we were first talking about this, we were like, oh man, Black Mage will be easy. And then we like looked at the page and we were like, oh shit, this has as much stuff as Spider had.
Yeah. I expected coming in, it's like, oh, this is gonna be another bomber, and actually, usually we just kind of glance over stuff and go, oh, that's cool. But now, like reading deeper into it, now we know that it has a lot built into it as far as utility, on top of its bombing spells, and it has a lot of stuff to deal with or to help its issue of concentration or being able to shape areas to protect their allies from being completely bombarded by their own spells whenever they start cackling like Shantoto.
Yes. But still mostly a blaster.
Yeah, definitely a blaster. They are definitely the fighter of the mages.
They do have a few archetypes that kind of make them a little bit more versatile. Like the Thaumaturge focuses on what is it? Just like how
basically it's like
the Black Mage can. Yeah, exactly. They get an ability called Intuitive Thaumaturgy, where it allows them to cast, they get 2 additional cantrips that they can prepare, so 5 when they first get it, and then an extra 1 every 3rd level on top of the normal amount that you get. But also at 5th level, when you gain access to a new spell level, you can choose a spell up to the 2nd highest level spell you can cast now, so better than the one Black Mage has normally. And you can cast your intuitive spell, which is the spell you pick, a number of times per day equal to your intelligence modifier, which is also better than the original Black Mage one, since you can only cast each version of when you get your spells once per day.
Yeah, and they get that whiff spell.
Yeah, but
so they got all the spell-like abilities they can just throw out free.
Right, but it does replace the Black Mageries, which kind of sucks a little bit. But you're getting twice as many free spell casts per day now than you were originally. So I think you can afford the small drop in DCs and damage for that.
It would suck for the first 5 levels until they got the 5th one, because the cantrips are kind of, that's cool, but
more utility from the cantrips, like, yay, now I can have lights, or dancing lights, prestidigitation, detect magic, and I can have guidance and whatever, which is nice. At low levels, guidance makes a difference.
Yeah.
Let's see if Black Mages even have guidance. They might not.
Look, I had the list up, so. They do not.
Go figure.
Yeah, they just get Bleed, Dark Orb, Daze, Detect Magic, Elemental Orb, Ignite, Ending Message, Penumbra, Breed Magic, Torchlight, Touch of Fatigue.
Well, there you go. Detect Magic, Read Magic, if you're gonna use scrolls. Dancing Lights, and then both of the orbs.
On top of that, they also get the Arcane Reservoir from Scholar, which to me is the most beautiful thing in the world, and the Scholar Exploit in place of Mage Talents. Or at least every 4th or 2 Mage Talents.
Yeah, and he uses his Black Mage level as his Scholar level for determining number of reservoir points, which is a lot stronger than it seems, because you can do a whole lot with the reservoir. Well, I mean, for Black Mage, you'd be able to do a whole lot with it.
Yeah. But they do lose Dark Affliction for focus spells, which is 1 per day. He increases cast level by 4 for a single spell cast. You can do twice per day at 10, and 3 times at 17. Which Dark Affliction, I believe, is the SAS effect.
Yeah, it decreases the resistance to that type of spells status effects for like 1 round. But this basically does something similar. You get a caster level increase by 4.
Yeah.
So that'll... I mean, yeah. Your saves will be higher for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and beginning at 5th level, they get Arcane Surge, which once per day they can cast a single spell as a swift action. The spell must be have a casting number 1 standard action or less, and the thaumaturge may not cast any other spell during the same round. The spell must be gained from Black Mage spell list and not gained gained through some other character class. Thaumaturge can use the ability twice per day at 10th, 4 times at 15th, 4 times at 20th. So another oh shit swift cast.
More free spells is what I'm hearing, and they're swift cast.
Yeah. Yeah. They do lose meta magic in hand.
Which kind of sucks, but
swift cast.
Yeah, swift cast.
Even though they can't cast another spell in the same round, but it's good because they don't provoke.
Totally does not say that you can't use meta magic with Arcane Surge, though.
That's true. That is true. Now we say that, and he's gonna be like,
nope, fixed.
Like, yeah, not having that, but yeah.
Pretty good overall. I like the Thaumaturge archetype. I'd probably play one if I played a Black Mage anytime soon.
Yeah. It's probably definitely my favorite of the whole list. Besides Magus.
Yeah, Magus is pretty cool. They focus on basically scaling up the size of their AoEs.
Yeah.
And they're focused on non-elemental magic, right?
I think
I
think their complete focus is just, I'm going to make my spells wider and bigger, and that's it.
Yes. Well, that's for sure, because, I mean, Art of Destruction, which replaces the Black Mageries, are all about increasing either the size of your burst radius, the cone radius of your abilities, cylinders, how long your lines are, how wide and tall your walls are.
But he does get a better elemental shield because he gets damage control, which when he invokes elemental shield to defend against a radius spell he has cast, he doubles its efficiency. So if he decides that he's just going to harm himself, he can attempt to block it.
Yes.
But I actually didn't think about that. You could actually use elemental shield if you didn't have like the spell. You could try to use it to mitigate some damage on an ally that's going to get hit.
You'd have to be in AoE though, of your own spell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I mean, you could do it.
That's not bad. Yeah. And it does increase, like at 10th level, it triples the efficiency, and 17th it quadruples.
Yeah, which will knock out quite a bit of damage of your own spell if you're doing it right.
Yeah. I mean, he does, like you said, get elemental focus after that.
Yeah, but damage control totally fits with the Magus's theme. And then,
after that, just destructive mastery, elemental focus, good stuff. They just get greater focus, or greater elemental focus, and then greater elemental penetration.
Yeah. Replaces elemental seal though.
Yeah, which kind of blows, but the bigger spells.
Yep. At 5th level they get mass destruction, which replaces their meta magic enhancement for the widen spell. Meta magic, basically. If you already have it, then you get a different feat, or meta magic feat, item creation feat, whatever. But at 10th level, the MP cost of wide spell magic is reduced by 1 for any area of effect spell you cast. And at 15th level, the effects of widened spell meta magic increase by 100%, and at 20th level, you can use Widened Spell for free. So, I mean, it's not bad. But it's only Widened Spell.
Yeah, which is bigger spells. That's all I'm here.
Widened Spells, though. Every single one at 20th level is a Widened Spell.
Yeah, on top of Art of Destruction.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. He does
lose a lot of his mage talents, the advanced ones.
Yeah, he only has access to a few augment spell, maximize magic, quicken magic, spell diligence. That's it. That's the only ones he gets. Wow.
Yeah, not a whole lot. But he does get Living Catastrophe at 20th level. He becomes a mortal instrument of mayhem and destruction, and as long as he exists, the world will never be safe. Increases the effect of white spell magic by an additional 200%. So in the end, your widened spell has a 5 times larger AoE than it did before.
Not counting Art of Destruction.
Yeah.
And that's every radius spell you cast.
Yeah. All about blowing shit up for the most part in big ways.
Yeah. They just hilariously just blow up big areas. Say, no, I'm gonna blow up this block here.
This is the explosion school wizard that Logan needs.
Yes. Exactly.
Another one of the archetypes is the Elementalist, which focuses literally on picking one element and getting increased cast levels, DRs, damage, and whatever with that element. You also gain some abilities that give you resistances to that element, but a lot of the stuff that it replaces for it, it's not really worth it. Like, you lose double cast.
Yeah, I'm already done with it.
You lose one MP spell.
Do you? Oh wow, I didn't scroll on that. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool flavor-wise if you're trying to play a single element mage, but it's not really worth how much you're hindering yourself to play it.
Yeah. And at 20th level, they do get Elemental Perfection, which they take the subtype of her element.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah, has a pretty cool like roleplay aspects to it, but it's really hurtful as far as just losing a lot of the Black Mage
Really good stuff, yeah.
So if you're willing to get rid of it, fine.
There's also the Arcanist, which basically just runs off the Primal Magic event rules, variant rules from Pathfinder. I'm gonna be completely honest, I haven't read those rules.
Same.
And the 3 abilities that you get for the Arcanist don't really entice me enough to try to play it.
But if someone out there does know about the Primal Magic rules and enjoys them, there you go.
You don't really lose anything important, though, from the Arcanist outside of Black Mageries. So I will give it that. But
Yeah, but
And there's also the Arcane Bomber, which is just a Black Mage that you can make bombs, throw shit.
You just throw bombs, and even you make spell blast bombs. Easy. Kind of just like if you wanted, it's like if you thought about wanting to dip into Chemist. Oh, there you go. Just take this because it just replaces your Black Mageries and
you get
the spell blast
Chemist
bombs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chemist
it does
bombs for
replace the
Black Mageries.
cantrips.
No, you get, well, yeah, it replaces cantrips, but you do get Detect Magic and Read Magic.
Yeah, which is all you get.
But they are first level spells.
Yeah. Which is kind of hurtful, especially early on. But then after that, we got Sorcerer, which is pretty much exactly what it is, just bloodline powers.
Yeah, I think it's almost a complete port of the abilities from Sorcerer on Pathfinder.
Yeah. It kind of is. It's like it's doing it has its own line tree. Which it
Is there more
on,
than
like,
one?
No, there's only one. That's just a bonded object. And then as they level, they just get like their own stuff, like Meta Magic Adept, New Arcana, Elemental Power, Arcane Hypothesis. Nothing major. They don't get to choose like a bloodline power from Pathfinder. They just get this.
Right.
Which is really odd. Which is, just looking over it, is not all that great. Man, 9th level, he can add any one spell from any spell list in his list of spells. No. But that's the only one that even really sticks out to me.
I think you totally cut out on my end.
Oh, the only one that I will, like, the only one that comes out to me is probably New Arcana, which at 9th level the sorcerer can add any one spell from any spell list to his list of spells. No, the spell must be of a level that he is capable of casting. He can add one additional spell at 13th level and same. That's cool.
Yeah.
But there is Mana Magic Adept, which is he can apply one Mana Magic feat he knows to a spell that he's about to cast without increasing MP. Use it once per day, and it increases. Which is actually replaced by Arcane Apotheosis. So yeah, they kind of just focus on some other spells in their Mana Magic, but they do get the familiar or the bonded object.
Which can be kind of neat. The bonded object, I think, can store a spell to cast. Or it can eventually act like a meta magic rod. Or maybe I'm completely wrong. I haven't looked at Sorcerer in a while. Mainly because when I first looked at it, I was pretty disappointed with the single bloodline.
Yeah. It seems to function much like the wizard one. Like he can add additional magic abilities to a bonded object. Like if he has the required item creation, like if he does a dagger, he can add magic abilities to it with craft magic armor.
Right.
I don't think he gets an additional spell though. He does. The thing is though, if he doesn't have the item on him,
He gets like shaken or something, right?
no, he must make a concentration check or lose any spell he casts without it being in his hand
Yeah.
or worn.
Which hurts.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. Not bad, but it is disappointing that it only gets the one list.
Yeah. It's good flavor-wise, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can make use of the familiar better than me.
Yeah.
I'm not good with familiars. Mostly because of the rule that is as soon as you bring your familiar out into combat and do something with it, it immediately becomes something that the GM is willing to kill.
Yeah.
As it should.
Yeah.
Like
And
that unspoken rule there. Like if you can have your familiar, but if you're gonna bring him into combat, he's a combatant.
yeah. He's gonna get messed up. But I've also seen familiars get cheesed with as well.
Oh yeah.
People like to cheese with the familiars as well, and
Delivering
never
touch
gotten behind
spells
that.
through familiars is great.
that I can get behind. That I can respect.
Were there any other archetypes that you think were worth mentioning?
We've mentioned them all except for the new one that just came out, Pin Mage.
Oh
which
yeah,
is,
the Death No Mage.
If you want to play like Yagami.
We'll just leave it at that.
That's well, there's a lot to it.
It's a long archetype. It changes a lot of stuff. They emphasize the use of scrolls, or they promote the use of scrolls. Really, they don't really emphasize it. And yeah, they're required to have a spell book or scrolls in their possession to cast their spells.
All I'm seeing is a magical pin they get to shank people in the eye with.
Yeah, they do get a free pin dagger thing as well.
Which at 20th level does more damage than a Buster Sword.
But they're still a Black Mage. They only have 10 base attack bonus at that point.
They'll find a way.
True strike.
Yeah, they'll find a way to hit.
Right, well speaking of spells, what are some notable Black Mages that you can think of from the games? The obvious being Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. He's like the classic Black Mage.
Yeah, he's definitely like the Nine's callback to the classic Black Mage, which is the pointy hat, blue cloak, and the shadowed face. Let's see, 6 Kefka.
Of course.
7 didn't really have a specific Black Mage. 8 Ultimecia, Edea, any of the sorceresses from 8. 9 obviously Vivi, or Kuja also fits in, and 9 also brought in a race of Black Mages. 10 we got Lulu and Seymour. 11 we got Shantoto, which is famous for being the Black Mage from Final Fantasy 11. 12 anybody can be a Black Mage.
Krill was a Black Mage in Final Fantasy VI, I believe.
6.
Or was she
Krill?
a Red Mage?
She's 5.
Is she 5?
Yeah, she's from 5.
Who does Krill replace in 5?
Galuf.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he's the she's the granddaughter of
Yeah.
Galuf. Or yeah, granddaughter, I believe.
Yeah. Emperor
13.
from 2.
Yeah, Emperor from 2. I don't know what you consider Cloud of Darkness. I never finished 3, so I don't know how she functioned at the end of the game, but I know from her Deceited counterpart and all, she's all about the lasers.
Yeah. I don't know if she was a Black Mage. I think she was more of like,
I think she was just more of a unique character.
yeah.
But
But yeah, lasers.
13 didn't exactly have a Black Mage either, I don't think. Hope is probably the closest. Hope and Vanille.
Vanille was the better Black Mage.
She was like a sabotage, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It was all pretty much a
The
mage,
best
though.
Ravager, like if we're gonna say Ravager was Black Mage, technically the best Ravager was Lightning, just because of her chain building potential. But Hope had all of the Agas for every element.
So there you go.
So he was the real Black Mage, even though he was a better synergist.
I'd say Hope. Yeah. And Lightning feels like she definitely fit more of the commando.
Yeah, like I really wanted to play her as a commando, but her as a Ravager is so much better. I mean, Army of One is ridiculously good, and she does get at least, I know she gets Thundaga for sure. She might even get Waterga.
I think just Thundaga. I think.
But she does get all the elemental strikes.
Yeah. 14, all the Ashians.
Yeah.
At least all that we've seen.
And Papalimo.
Yeah. And the dude at the end, the Vault, Filthy Ruts, I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, he's one of the Knights of the Round. Spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's 2 years old. And 15, there's no dedicated Black Mage, so.
Yeah, I think we went through all the games.
Yeah. Besides the off games, which that'd take forever, and I can't even give it anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, the big main ones are usually like Lulu, Seymour, VV, Kuja, those folks.
Definitely Lulu.
Yeah.
So I'm looking over the Black Mage spells to look at their utility.
Yeah.
They have a lot of cantrips, like more than I thought they did. But
Cantrips?
none of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have Touch of Fatigue as a cantrip. I would take that.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you got a bunch, take it.
That's... Yeah, they don't really have any utility outside of Detect Magic and Torchlight for 0 level spells.
Past that, all their spells are just damage and then feebling.
They can
Some
summon
utility.
Chocobos. First level spell mount.
That's true, but I think
Only serves the caster.
Yeah, but well, he does get mass or communal mount, so.
He gets Endure Elements, which can be casted on anybody really with touch. Choco Feather, meh. Swim.
Fiery Shuriken.
Wind Armor. Wind Shield. Wind Runner. Oh wait, no, caster increases his base speed.
Yeah.
Same for Wind Shield. But not Wind Armor.
I think the ultimate. I think White Mage has the same list as far as you go.
Right. I was really hopeful for Black Mage when I started looking at this list for utility spells, and as I predicted at the beginning of the episode, they really don't have much. At least early.
Yeah.
Most of them are movement related. Levitate, Communal Mount is at 2nd level. The Almighty Fiery Shuriken is also at 2nd level. See Invisibility, that's pretty useful, actually. That's only a 2nd level spell.
Yeah.
Float. Wind Barrier. Subject gains DR10 against projectiles. Bring me some hope, Black Mage. 3rd level spells. Dispel. float, go. Oh, haste. They finally get haste.
Yeah.
The best spell in the game.
Yes.
Mini. Stone skin. Why that's on Black Mage, I'm not sure. Vanish. Vanish is useful, because then your people in your party that you're pissing off with your spellcasting don't have to see you.
Where'd that eruption of fire come from? Where's Jonathan?
He swift casted Vanish.
When you just hear this.
Waterwalk Communal. Tongues Communal at 5th level spells. Stone Skin Communal at 5th level spells. Protection from Elements. That's pretty good. Communal. But still mostly blasty.
And flight.
Yeah. 40 foot move speed flight. Yeah, the list gets shorter and shorter at each spell level.
Yeah.
Like there's not...
Each spell level they... Oh! At 7th they get banished. Go!
Blaze Spikes is kind of supportive, I guess.
I think it's only for them though.
It says creatures attacking the subject of this spell. But if it's personal range on the actual description. Then
Yeah. I think it...
Hastega at 6th level.
Yeah.
And then Vanish Greater for himself. And then yeah, at 7th level you said Vanishka. Fly, mass flying. These guys have a little bit of utility, but it's like I said before, it's all movement based for the most part.
They definitely emphasize on just, I'm gonna blow up everything.
Yep, and once you get 8th level spells, you have warp, so you can just teleport and then blow stuff up, and then teleport again.
Yep. I didn't even know there was a flare too, wow.
Oh yeah. And at 9th level you get everything. You get Ultima, you get Stop, you get Meteor, you get Polar Midnight, which is ridiculous, yeah.
It's broken. Death for the save and set people.
Another, yeah. Range touch attack that deals 1d8 points of damage per level. Meteor for 4 exploding spheres dealing 10d6 each. Half fire, half earth. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Black Mage. Outside of their blastiness and their meta-magiciness, most of their utility comes from their class features. Like Elemental Shield.
Yeah, pretty much. Besides that, they're just big blasters who... They're just, like I said before, they are the mages... They are the fighter of the mages. They get a bit of the utility if they really want it, but more than likely, your Black Mage is going to be very condescending, sitting in the back, scoffing, and then with a wave of his hand, he's going to blow up everything around you, and then go back to his room.
Pretty much. Like, most of the big bad guys in campaigns are Black Mages.
Mm. Yeah, that becomes very apparent when you start thinking about who, like, all the bad guys are.
Yeah.
There are very few warrior, like Garland or Sephiroth.
Or Xenos.
Yeah, or Xenos. And Mage was, we got the Emperor, we got Cloud of Darkness, we got Gobez, we got X-Dev, we got... Oh yeah, I forgot X-Dev, he's a Black Mage.
Oh yeah.
So I forgot.
We totally talked about that too. Kind of.
We even talked about Vi, we just completely forgot about X-Dev.
Yeah, shit.
There's Kefka, then there's Ultimishiev, then there's Kuja, then there's Seymour, then there's Uh, I'm not counting 11 because that's all expansions and stuff. I don't know 'em. I know Shadow Lord and that's it. 12.
One of the judges is a Black Mage in 12, I think. Or big on spellcasting. I can't remember which.
I know the first one we fight, he does throw a big spell, but then it's blocked by an FSite, and then he decides to go all melee on us. So after that, other than that, I don't know. But I don't know about the trial version because I know then, like when you get to the top, you fight like all the judges. And Thane is, I would consider him his first form at least a monk, and then after that, he's like, I like swords. 13, Archandalus. I would call him a Black Mage. That was the closest.
Yeah, his pauldrons could cast all the elements for the most part.
I guess, I mean, if we were talking about Orphan, Orphan's a foul C, so that's just whatever. That's all he gets is magic.
Yeah, and then 14 would be the Ascians.
Yeah, the Ascian. But if we're going with like actual like final bosses for the expansion, they were all warriors: Xenos, Gaius, and the Knights of the Round. 15. Because I know like you'll eventually play it. The final boss there is not a Black Mage.
Nice. Well, I can't wait then.
Has magical abilities, but is not at all Black Mage.
I see. Well, I think that about wraps up for Black Mage. What class do you think we should cover next time?
Me?
Yeah. We already did Black Mage and Fighter. Hopefully the two heftiest classes to cover.
If I had a choice, I would do Archer.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll do that then. We'll do Archer hopefully next week. And then we'll avoid Red Mage as long as possible.
Because we did a melee character, then we did a spellcaster, so I think it's fair to go and hit a ranged character.
My thoughts exactly. So we will do that. This has been Luffy.
And this has been Chaos.
And we're signing off from the FFd20 Crystal Hub. And I have started adding a link to the Final Fantasy D20 site on all of the videos, so be sure to check that out if you're interested in playing.